Welcome to Ohio University's 8-Year Standard Report training. Today we will be demonstrating the 8-year standard reports. The OB standard reports provide a consistent, university-wide view of budgets, actuals, and forecasts. These reports were developed so executives, CFAOs, and budget staff are reviewing the same data built the same way across all planning units. To access the standard reports, you would go to obi.ohio.edu. From there, you would navigate to the dashboards and click the Finance and Administration dashboards, and then select Standard Reports. The standard reports do default to the 8-year report. In the 8-year report, it will generate actuals and budgets for the prior 2 fiscal years. It will generate budget forecast and actuals for the current fiscal year, and then forecast for the next 5 fiscal years. So the first selection is which fiscal year you would like to review. It does default to current fiscal year, but you do have the ability to select last fiscal year if you would like to do so. The next item that you will see is the budget unit. You select the budget unit you want to review. A budget unit is defined as a collection of organization numbers used for budgeting and reporting. The selection is required for meaningful results so that you can see what is being spent and accrued in your particular unit. You can search it by name by scrolling down through it, or you can begin typing the name of the organization and you can select it that way. For this demonstration, we'll look at the Ohio Business Service Center. The next field that you will see is the org parent level. This helps to narrow down closer to your organization if you'd like. The A level represents the university or executive level, the AB level does. The next level, C, is for planning unit level. If you are an extension office, then level D may be useful to you. And then E on down will filter down to organization and get closer to individual numbers. That is not a required field, so you do not have to select anything there. And then the next field that we will look at is the operations unit. It defaults to Athens, College of Medicine, regional, and auxiliaries. It does not select the financial statements as that is a centralized, non-operating unit. If you do not need to see regionals, auxiliaries, or College of Medicine, maybe you're just needing to see Athens, you can unselect the others as well, or you can leave them selected also. The next is the forecast version. It does default to the most recent forecast version, so this one is defaulting to fall of 2026, but you do have the ability to go back and look at prior versions as well. The next selection is the sources to include. It defaults to all sources, which include both general accounting or GL accounts and grant accounts. So it does select all, but if you need to see either GL only or grants only, you can certainly do so. Next field is a required field, and it's the year-to-date actuals. It is recommended that you select the most recently completed month. So I am currently in the month of April, so I will select March because it is fully completed. And then the next field is the org number and description. This allows you to filter down by individual org numbers. You can select multiple org numbers if you so wish to do so, and you can do so by clicking More Search, and you can begin typing a part or a piece of the number that you're wanting to review. Find the org, and you can move them individually one by one this way by selecting them and hitting the arrow. You can select the top one, click the shift button, and click the bottom number, and then you can select a whole group of them and move them at one time that way. If you need to move all of them that has come up, then you can click the double arrow and that selects all of them and moves them over. Or you can select just a few and then you can click OK. Again, this is not a required field, so you do not have to select specific orgs there, as it will pull in all of the orgs with your budget unit above. You can then select the org parent number description. This is based off of the org parent hierarchy, and it does show some descriptions beside it, so you can select any of those that may be applicable to your units if you so desire. The next field is the entity parent number and description. It does default to the operating entities only, but if you wanted to see all entities, you can select all, or maybe you're just wanting to see the non-operating entities, you can do so by selecting non-operating entities. The source group defaults to unrestricted, designated, gifts, and restricted. These accounts needed to be balanced. Planning units need to know how much money is coming in and how much money is being spent. For units that are awarded spending authorizations, you would need to make sure that you are not overspending money that you are given in those particular areas. The two items that are not selected is non-operating, and that's primarily used for the central finance office and our balance sheets accounts. And then the other one that is not selected is agencies, and that is primarily used by select groups of individuals for partnerships for progress with Ohio University as a steward of those particular monies, not university entities. So that is why these two are not selected. The next item is the show line numbers. It defaults to yes, but we do recommend that you select no, as it will pull out some of the noise of the report. And then for the areas that you'd like to include, it defaults to both OU General and OU Foundation accounts. You can do one or the other, or you can leave it as defaulted as both. And then from there, you would just click the Apply button, and the report will be generated below. So the first column is regarding object lines. This contains object codes and its descriptions here. If you would like to drill down into any of these items, you can do so by clicking their clickable links, the particular name of the object lines, and it will bring in the object code and the description for you to view here. In order to go back to the report and the filters in which you've placed, you would want to use the breadcrumbs below and click it. It's a link to go back. If you use the browser's back button, it will clear all the selections that you've made up to this point, and you would have to enter all of the information here once again. So the difference between the non-bold links and the bold links in these particular reports is the bold green links. They allow you to click into them and drill down as well. These are the items that we report out on our official financial reports and that are recorded and reported in the budget book. The green hyperlinks are used internally. So if we go back, the ones that are not bold, they're only used internally but not reported to our external agencies. So as I stated before, this does pull in budget and actuals for the last two previous years. It pulls in the budget, forecast, and actuals for the current fiscal year that you're in. And then it does give you 5 years of forecast moving forward. In order to export the information so you can manipulate it and filter as you so wish to do, you would click on export and then hover over data, and then you can export it out to Excel, and it will generate a report in Excel for you. That you can then filter and such as you see fit. Thank you for joining us for the 8-year standard report training. We hope that you will join us for future trainings and demonstrations.